Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be sculpting Jake Sully from Avatar 2, and for that I will be doing it from scratch, that means from a sphere. Here I'm just carving out the main details, which are eyes, nose, then shaping the head, trying to pull out the ear, how it should be somewhere rough, not too perfect. So all those details a little bit here and there, trying to shape up the overall head, the shape of skull, carving out the mouth, and now adding the eyeball just to get an idea of where the eyes should be and the eye sockets. So yeah, mainly I use clay builder for this, and the combination of move, clay build, smooth, and sometimes damn standard. That's basically all I do for this. Occasionally maybe pinch. These are the number of brushes that I might use in this. So you don't need any fancy set of brush or anything else. Whatever ZBrush have by default is more than enough for you to achieve any kind of sculpt. Even custom clothes as well. If you want, you can just create or modify your own standard brush and you're good to go. And here I'm trying to create a screaming expression, anger plus scream and everything. So you are not used to seeing models like this without the teeth and not proper sculpting. And don't worry about if it looks ugly at the beginning, because it is how it is. It might look bad for starters, but no worry, it's gonna look fine. Since the eyes are not colored, it's not shaped properly, it's just building up. Just keep on building until you achieve the proper result. To do that, I do not focus on one part and try to finish that. And if you notice, I'm working on a dynamesh which is not very high density. By that I mean it is not very high polygon. I am working on a low subdiv model which I can modify as I want, because that is important. If you try to sculpt on the very high subdiv model and value of very high dynamesh, what will happen, your brush strokes for clay buildup will be very detailed, and your smooth won't work properly, as well as your move won't move. So yeah, the basic blocking, keep in mind you have to do it and in as low detail as you can. Then as you achieve those basic blocking and everything, you can move to the subdivision or increase your dynamesh strength. So here I'm just trying to focus on some of the areas, but as you can see, I cannot completely finish one area, either it's mouth or eyes or nose. I keep shuffling between them to make them more interesting and have this similar kind of details all around. If you want and if you can finish one part, please go ahead, but it's not my practice to do so. I keep on juggling, it keeps things interesting, and overall model, if you look it from far, it should look okay at any point of stage, even if it's blocking or mid detail, which we say primary details, secondary and then tertiary. All points should look kind of same overall. Try to achieve that, or if you just go ahead and detail one part like mouth or eyes or nose, then won't be that proper. It will be like same really as it was in the beginning. So here I am just doing a little cheat, copying the mouth part from the ZBrush tool, which comes in one of the model, and yeah, you just have to fit it. It's there for free. Use it sometimes, because these parts can get tidy. These are not very tricky, but they are time taking. So why bother? I mean, you can do it if you want, if you have unique kind of teeth in your creature or your model. But in humans case or similar, then I would just I'll just go with this. There's no point. So as you go along, you will see that it might take few practices to get it in shape, but make sure your basic blocking and the overall silhouette, it looks like a human. Otherwise, you know, practice is required. Here I'm just trying to shape up some of the parts of body. I'm not going to create the full body for now. It's just a bust. And try to save. Here I am only trying to match whatever I have achieved, and I had achieved quite it was quite similar, just some tweaks on the eyes here and there, and it was good to go. So since you have seen Avatar, I suppose, one first part, and you are not used to seeing the guy in without hair, that's why it might seem a little bit weird to you. Or if you want to try it out, if you will find yourself, no man, it's not looking good, I won't continue. Do not do that. Please continue, because it's the way with every model. When you start, it's not gonna look that way because you are used to seeing that guy in full glory. So don't worry about it. You just keep adding all those elements one by one, it all come together. I'm trying to focus on the eyes because those are the main part of my model. If I can achieve eyes, I'm good to go. If you see, you will see in future that I have spent a lot of time on eyes because those are very important part of my sculpt, which I believe if you can nail the eyes, then more than half of your work is done. Eyes express the emotions. By eyes you can see the anger, the scream. Mouth is also doing the half of the job, but I believe eyes, man. Eyes are the gates of your soul. So yeah, work on the eyes. It's hard, but practice. Now I'm just checking with some of the material that I have. I will just go and paint the eyes. If you find yourself struggling in ZBrush, try with basic models, something such as skull and some basic models, some detailing. Get a hang of your clay build-up, because in this one my favorite brush would be clay build-up to work on. That is a very strong brush. It builds forms. You can smooth them with a smooth brush. You can use clay as well. I personally use clay builder on lower subdivisions. It gives me nice result. Clay builder in combination with jam standard and smooth. Yeah, that is the brush that I use, and as you can see, it's a very easy to build up forms if you use clay builder, and then you can smooth afterwards. When you are done with your basic block out, which is your primary details, bigger forms, all the landmarks, all those facial triangles and all those facial features, the landmarks and the facial planes. When you're done with those, it will be time for the medium details to add all those wrinkles and all those pores, bigger pores, the bags of eyes, and bigger things, a little medium detail which makes your model a little bit more believable. Here I'll add some forms in the forehead, work on the eyes a little bit and the area on top of the eyes. And here goes the forehead. And save, that is important. Again, I did not like the thin jaw, so I was working on that. Then I started creating those mid details that I was talking about. Go stage wise, which is important. You cannot add the tertiary detail first and then mid and then you do the block out. Doesn't make sense. So try to work on the block out most. Once you achieve that, your half of the work is done. Believe me, if you try to nail the block out, that is important. Block it properly, do the bigger details properly, and believe me, you're good to go there. That is the key for any model. Right now I'm just trying to spend time on several parts of the model. Here and there I'm jumping between ear, eyes, mouth, sometimes the other part like neck. That keeps me interested in it, and I can spend few hours sculpting like this because I am not detailing one part. I want to try to have a detail all around, similar kind of detail, which is crucial. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of mouth too, lips actually, then some poly paint on top to make it more believable. Trying to fix the nose, trying to fix the jaws and cheeks. Here, crucial part which makes my model look more believable. Here, which you guys are used to. You're not used to the Jake Sully, the bald Jake Sully. This is important. After this, the model takes turn. It looks a little bit more believable. So don't just leave or drop and go to the easier project. If you're sticking, stick to the full of it and finish it. At least add all the elements and then try to fix other areas which you see that it's not working. Do that. A rough block out of the hair first so that I get an idea if it looks okay. There I was getting few errors with the Dynamesh since two of the mesh surfaces are too close. It just created some weird surface or gaps. So I just inflated them, Dynameshed them again and pushed them in places. Use clay builder to move mostly. And yeah, it always depends on your practice. Keep practicing, create something always. If your sculpting is not good, spend few hours, 1 hour maybe, for a day on something like skull or a fish or something organic, which you will get used to using the brushes and those shortcuts. Changing the brush size and everything. You can go with the tree without leaves, some old tree, or like I said, skull is a very good exercise to do. Any part of body, just arms. You don't have to sculpt the full anatomy in the beginning, but to get used of your brushes You can work on your arms in gym. I'm kidding. In ZBrush, just take a part of your body and try to sculpt it. Palm, arm, legs, abs. So here I'm trying to detail some more of the model. I'll add few polypaint and try to make it match with what we have in the movie. And if you are new to ZBrush, I would suggest do not stop watching tutorial. Keep watching other guys tutorial. There are a lot of introduction as well as the basic things to do in ZBrush tutorial. And do not run over brushes and try to understand everything at first. I know it's overwhelming, it's hard, but you just need few brushes to have a good practice on, and then as you go along in your career or your practice, even if you are doing it for a hobby, you will get an idea of how to use what brush and when. So here I am just trying to polypaint more of the facial area, and spraying it with the spray feature, color spray. That gives me a little bit of variation on colors. Some pinks, some blues, alien loot, looking good for now. And as you proceed, as you have seen that how it was a basic sphere and was looking ugly, it's looking believable now. So you just have to keep going, do not stop in between and see that, yeah, no, I can't do it, I can't achieve it. Don't do that. Do it. Even if you won't be able to do it once or on first try, maybe twice or on the third time, you should be able to do it. Try to match with your bigger proportion, and it's not really very hard to follow up there. Here I'm just trying to add few more details on the hair, because even if it's not going to be visible from the back, but since it's in 3D, I am always tempted to detail it all around. I'll just do that. I'll keep on doing it, rotating the model, looking from far, looking from close, trying to see errors, trying to rectify them, and trying to match it as close as to my reference. And whenever you create something, try to have something as a reference. Do not create it by imagination at first. Even if you are concepting in 3D, you should have few of your references on the side, because it is necessary to make it believable, to make it natural. You need references even if you are making something stylized or something, anything. You need references always. Mind can only create something that he has seen. If your mind haven't seen anything, it won't be able to create that. It needs inspiration, it needs those references. I'm not telling you to copy the whole reference. You need your imagination though. But references are important. Here I am spending more time on eyes, because as I said, eyes are very important to me. The more time you spend on eyes, it's gonna make your expression and your model more believable, more natural. If you are creating any creature or any human, especially expression, to express those expressions, you have to work on those eyes. Spend time, don't rush it, because rushed eyes are they are high. Rushed eyes are high. They look high, and nobody likes high eyes. We like sparkling eyes. Yeah, I'm adding few more details on the nose, and at this point I can move on to the tertiary details, which are closer to skin, smaller details like pores and skin details, alphas, those things. Because I'm quite happy with the bigger details, tertiary details and mid details, sorry, uh, primary details and mid details. So I can go with the tertiary details. And here I am detailing my hair with the standard brush with those 3 stripe alpha. That's a good technique to detail your hair. Just have to have some lazy mouse, don't turn it off, it won't look good. If you increase the lazy mouse to 6 or 7, it will even give you a more controlled stroke that you can do. Trying to make those hair look also furious, since he might be moving and screaming. So yeah, that makes it more believable, gives you the expression that yeah, some action is happening. So the part which I still can move, try to add those elements. Even if this is not in my reference, I am still trying to add those things. And again, all those tertiary details like veins on the head shows the strength and the anger. Somebody have annoyed him so bad, it's just gonna tear them apart. Should give that expression on the model. So to make that expression fullness, spend some time on your model. Don't just go ahead, sculpt something, post it. No, spend some time, show some love, then post it. Then you will get those appreciation, those crispy, nice, juicy appreciation that you need. And when you get that, you will want to make more. Or even if you don't get in first, which will happen with everyone, I'm sure, but you should always move forward, because if you won't move forward, you won't improve, and to improve you have to keep doing, and when you don't stop, you keep moving, you will get those appreciations. You don't have to run for them anyways. If you are doing something for yourself, if you are happy creating them, then it's all worth it. So as you seeing now, I am once again back on the iPad, because I don't have to tell you now because that. So the area was looking a little bit empty with left shoulder. I just wanted to break those silhouette, added those hair, pulled those hair, remesh it, and I'll just project the details and sculpt those little part again. I'm good to go. Veins looks nice, no? And here I have added few of the alphas which I will add in the model, which will act as a tertiary detail, the skin details, because I think I can end it my medium size details here and move on to the tertiary details. There is no limit to adding details. You can work on it, I can work on it as much as I want it, and then I won't even be satisfied with my medium details, but for the sake of video and the sake of completion, when you feel like no, it's the right stage to quit one stage and start another one, do so. Otherwise you will be stuck and you might end up in an art block and you see that no, it's not completing, I can't finish one module. because you are never satisfied with that. No artist is satisfied with the work anytime he's doing. Try to anticipate it and work your way through. Add details, finish it, do another stage, do that, finish it. So here I am adding a little bit of twist in the model, trying to pose this, which makes it more interesting. Remove symmetry, add the expression, and give those expressions some strength, more some supporting values. Whenever you finish with your symmetric details, pose it and break the symmetry. If it's face, it's very important to break the symmetry, especially if it's face. Here again, eyes. Look at those eyes. So again, I see that they are not looking natural to me. I was missing something. I will go ahead and add those bags over eyes, which will finally make my eyes look more beautiful. Spend some time, show some love. It was really coming along since I have added those details and polypaint. I was just testing out the render. Then I thought, let's fix some of the areas near nose and mouth, and then I'll move to the eyes again, because I was not quite happy with this. I wanted to do something more. So here I'm masking around, pulling things, and I'll even add these back that I was talking about. Play with the model. You don't have to be afraid of that you will mess up something. Save it, save a backup version, play with it, try playing with few details. If it works out, well and good. If it doesn't, revert it. Go back to your previous file. But keep experimenting, play with some things. You might end up with a better result that you have, or you can see in reference. Believe me, if you lack references sometimes, it's the best thing to play with the model and experiment. I have even posed those eyes, make them look at certain direction that shows the anger, that he is angry at that thing, that specific thing, and screaming out loud. And here I was almost completed with this, and enjoy the final render. Subscribe.